does that bring life to life the reason for their in-house disagreement, especially with the area of the movement and convention dates from here and there?
Because there is no way they can mesh together their various forms of belief system.
Okay, do you see this March 26th convention coming to light?
Well, much as I'm not a prophet, it's only the prophets.
We can look at the
you see, if you go to some prophets now, the prophet will say
body language
yes or no. But because I'm not a prophet,
so analyze.
I only look at what will happen tomorrow based on yesterday and today.
Okay. Correct. Yeah.
I will say it will only come to light on that 26th when I see them. Having it.
Dr. Dahan.
But I can assure you, if what we have been experiencing in the past can be looked at, I'm afraid if they will still not shift. I'm afraid if, in quotes, if APC will still not shift that to the 6th.
All right, what do you what do you think the party can do so they can get their acts together? Because it would seem that even some of their members are also saying that we have issues, we need to address these issues. Let's address these issues first. So what do you think they can do? Because I want I want the parties to be formidable, all the parties, so at the end of the day we can make our choice.
Yeah.
The parties will be formidable, but not APC now. Because either you like it or not, somebody says something, it's because he's afraid. I'm foreseeing the end of APC after the president. After this president.
That's a notion that's shared by some persons.
It's not today I've been saying, even the day they brought Oshiomhole as their chairman,
yes.
I told somebody, I said, this is the beginning of the end of APC. And look at what happened. Because politics is different from unionism. Okay. Do you understand? And what did we see? Okay? So I'm foreseeing that even that convention is likely to break APC. That convention. And that's why till today they have not been able to have it. Let's wait for them to have that convention. You see what will happen.
The APC faction, in one of the statements I read, I think it's during the just concluded meeting, they talked about the fact that that's rephrasing the statement, doing all rephrasing please, doing all in part to make sure that the PDP does not come back to power. So is it really about the PDP coming back to power, or really putting your house in order? Because we look at what happened in Rivers State some years ago. We have in Rivers State currently, Port Harcourt, we have different APC secretariats. I'm sure party
secretary. Not happen in Lagos State.
Party secretary. I'm talking based on
Even in Lagos State.
Party secretary is supposed to be just one, but now they had different, and there was a time a particular secretariat from the APC came to destroy the other one. And so is it about putting your house in order or coming together to make sure the PDP does not come out to rule? So I'm wondering, what exactly is the goal and purpose of the political parties in Nigeria?
Political parties in Nigeria, they are supposed to be in government to be able to bring dividend of democracy to the people. But it's unfortunate that even we, the people, are not even helping matters. we sometimes, because of what we eat, we pretend not to see beyond our noses. Okay? But then let's come back to APC, which is the rave of the moment. As is, when you have birds of different feathers, can they flock together?
Almost impossible.
Okay. Not that almost, totally impossible. They can never flock together. And that's exactly what is happening. If only you understand that small adage, you know what I'm saying. When you have strange bedfellows, know how. One will be snoring, the other one will be jorunpaing, the other one will be knocking you, and another one will be spitting. You know, silly, strange fellows. And unfortunately, they refused initially to say, see you, this is who I am. You to telling me this is who you are. We now say, okay, fine. How do you think we can build all these things together.
Okay.
By understanding our differences.
But do they have the time? There's no time
at that
for that.
time.
Is there
No,
time
at
for
that,
that now?
no. At that time, there have been a lot of deceptions.
But then
There were a lot of deceptions in the beginning.
It's not a thing of interest because really,
And it is not. It is not now. It is not now that you are going to remove all. No, this have been there from the onset. So not until when they break down the whole house, they have to break down the whole house and uproot it from the foundation. I say, okay, yes, let us now put all this thing on the table. Then they now start from the foundation. Without doing that, forget.
But then I was asking, I don't think it's a thing of interest because you mentioned that they all came together for a particular purpose, which was not really a very good purpose at the point. But then it's a thing of interest because look at it. We've had a lot of defection from the PDP and other parties into the APC party because of course it's the ruling party right at the moment. And we know politics, they say it's a game of interest really. So you don't think it's a thing of interest? I want to interest myself.
It is now, and that is what is playing now. You know, the issue is this: if from the onset everybody had shown their interest, they will now say, okay, don't worry, so time you will be here at this time, while you will be here at this time, the next time you will be here and this one will be here. It will have been stated and everybody will follow it up. You will follow it up, but initially it was not. Look at how Dogara emerged as the Speaker of the House of Reps then. Look at how Bukola Saraki emerged
dramatic
as the Senate President then. Do you understand? Highly dramatic. Look at that small intrigue there. Because from the beginning, they did not look, okay, Bukola Saraki, you are coming from PDP. What is your interest? Okay, Dogara, you are following Bukola Saraki from PDP. What is your interest? So if all those things have been put together from the onset, we won't be seeing this. And that is why Nigeria should learn about the so-called third force.
Okay,
so some people were talking about third force. I was calling somebody on phone shortly before. He was talking if they don't give this person presidential DC, if you go back to ACN, I said no, you can't go back to ACN because ACN certificate have been submitted.
Okay, briefly.
Everything has been submitted to form APC.
Briefly, before we just wrap up the segment, now some of the roles of the media and analysts like you is to.
I'm not an analyst. I'm a crusader.
Okay, crusaders. Oh right, that's exactly what I even need.
No,
technocrats. Technocrats.
Different.
Right. Thank you for the correction. Is to educate and inform and prefer or suggest possible solutions. So we've seen the problem, which if we're not careful, is going to put the country in jeopardy, right? Yeah. So what are the solutions going forward? You think the APC factions, the APC party could, and the factions of the APC, not just the party itself, the factions could do to make sure that all of those things are reduced to the barest minimum, just so we have election is coming up, we can't afford to have this back and forth.
The issue is all these gladiators and the actors, they are from a particular base. Okay, they are from a particular base. Ward, local government, states, and of which you and I are the one that populates all those areas.
Yeah.
So the people now need to talk to them. Please, Nigeria is at the verge of collapse. The ship of Nigeria is on the high sea, moving around like a ship without a compass. Haphazardly. We need to drop our differences and our idiosyncrasies, and then let's come together and move our country forward. Drop your ambition. Drop your ambition. Let us look at who can do this thing the best, so that we can move our country forward. We have stayed back too much. Who was South Korea in 1983 to Nigeria in 1983? I could remember. Nigerians normally go to that place to teach them on how the economy will work. Saudi Arabian king normally come to UCH in Ibadan for health tourism. South Africa, Kenyan Airways, even Air France, they always come to our airport here, to our hangars here, to do their sea check on their aircraft. Where are all those days? In those days, you go to Leventis, you go to Kingsway. We were having Leonard's and Bata at Ojota there. You were having cocoa industry at Ogba there. Where have all those things gone to? Naira was exchanging 1-to-1 pan 70 kobo to $1 then. That is, Naira was more powerful. Where are those leaders of those days?
Thank you so much, Dr.
Where do we go from here? Let us go back to the basis.
Thank you, Dr. Dayo.
Thank you. I'll pick up the word. Let us go back to the basis so we can all move forward for a greater Nigeria, for me, for you, and the generations to come. That's a good place to wrap up this segment right now.